All right, I'm excited to have Dr. Renee Rubin Ross, the founder of the Ross Collective, with us today. I'm more excited because she's going to be co-facilitating our upcoming community roundtable, where we're focusing on turning board and staff members into champions of the work we're doing at organizations. And at the Ross Collective, Renee guides leaders, organizations in strategic plans and governance processes that help deepen social change and racial justice. So Renee, welcome. I'm excited to
Thank
talk today.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exciting to talk to you.
Well, let's just jump right in.
All right.
We frequently hear from people in our community that they want to empower their board and staff to be champions of the work that they're doing, but it can be a hard thing to do, right? And you've talked a lot about using a structure called focus conversation to design and lead inclusive conversations with nonprofit boards and staff. And that kind of helps them navigate some of these challenges. So can you talk a little bit more about what this is and how it can be helpful in this situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So focus conversation is one of these things that is, I would call it deceptively simple and complicated at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the simple part is it's a structure of 4 questions. Okay, so you're saying, well, what's the big deal about 4 questions, right? So the first question, so basically take any situation that you have. I often we will use this when, let's say, we've done some kind of analysis of an organization, and we've done surveys, we've done interviews, we pull all our data together, and then we want the staff and board to make sense of this. So the first question that we'll ask is on a very simple kind of data level. Okay, what do you notice? It's on the objective level. What do you, now that you've read all this, now that you've taken all this in, what do you notice? Okay, and there's an abbreviation for this. It's the ORID, O-R-I-D. And so that O is that first question, the objective level. Okay, when you ask the first question, this is so important. First of all, as a facilitator, what tends to happen is people always want to get ahead. Okay, you get a question, and the first thing people want to say is, well, here's what we should do about this, because I noticed that da-da-da. Okay, and what you're trying to do is get everybody to slow down.
Right.
Okay, you're getting everybody to slow down. And so before we figure out what we're going to do, before we even figure out how we feel about it, the first thing we need to do is just understand all the perspectives in the room. Okay, so this first question, which is the objective or O level question, you're going to open it up as the person leading the conversation, and you're going to find out, what do you notice? What do you notice about the discovery report? What do you notice in the case of brand communication? What do you notice about our message, our organizational message? And then from there, this first question, you actually, as the person leading the conversation, you must make sure that every single person, unless, well, they can pass, but every single person participates in this question.
Right.
Okay, what do you notice? And people will try to get ahead and say, well, I think this message doesn't make sense. Well, whatever it is, okay. Hold on. We're just staying at this objective level, and stay with me, right? Slow down. And then the next level, the next question too, is this the emotional level of the question, right? What's hard? Let's say what's hard about what's emerging here, what's exciting about what's emerging here, what's surprising. So you start to let people go to that emotional level, and then you start to go to the so what. Okay, what commonalities are we hearing in all of this? What are we discovering? And then the last part of this, after you've gone through this whole thing, is what might be some next steps.